Excellency, as the national chairman of Accord, I hereby present officially your membership card to you.
Our party, Accord Party, is here to take over Osun governance and sustain the delivery of good governance in our dear state. Since I joined the party more than a month ago, I have been fascinated by the philosophy of this great party. The focus on people's welfare should always be at the heart of public leadership. The primary essence of a government is the welfare and well-being of the people.
Governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, deserves to be returned. He has done a lot. He's a light. And Excellency, I stand beside you today to tell you that you're a light which is on top of a hill, which can never be hidden.
Well, there you go. That is the unveiling of the governor of Osun State, Governor Ademola Adeleke, as the newest member of the Accord Party. Last week, it was made known, it became public that the governor has left the party that made him a senator, the party that made him a governor, actually. And that letter was dated 4th of November. And last week as well, his Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Public Enlightenment, Oluwamokola Paul Alimi, said before 13th he's going to make his position. And yesterday, 9th of December, is now accordingly, the way they say it, an Accord member. And many persons are wondering, Accord, what's going on? Why Accord of all parties? Now, we have the Governance Commissioner for Political Affairs with us in the studios today, Dr. Biyi Odunlade. He joins us live. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Mr. Femi.
It's good to have you here.
A pleasure to.
Now, your principal, the governor, ditched publicly the PDP last week, and now he moved on to the Accord. Why Accord? Some Osun people are saying Accord of all parties. How did you get here?
Well, I just wanted to adjust the word ditch. He had to move from the PDP to the Accord Party.
Well, he ditched.
Well, when you say ditch, I think I take an exception to that, that word. I want to just put it on record that for a long time there had been this hide and seek going on at the top level of the PDP. The acrimony, the chaos, the deception, the infighting, and it's only a fool that will want to remain in a chaotic situation when his life is being threatened. Like this time we're talking in terms of political life. The governor has done so much for the people of Osun State. He has invested in so many sectors of the economy. And for now, for him to be going for a second term, and the party, the platform through which he came in, has become so balkanized, has become so disturbed, or let me say, destroyed. So what else will he be doing by staying there? To stay there and die with the party? Because obviously we cannot see that the PDP is a moving corpse. So we just...
Really?
Of course. It's
the PDP just a moving corpse?
Of course, that's the truth. Because you can see now there are factions, different chairmen, and at the same time organizing primaries in Osun by a governor of another state. So certainly the discord, the chaos, the disagreements are just too monumental that you cannot withstand this rubbish. So it's better for you to be on the safer side. If you love your people, you still want to continue the provision or supply of the dividend of democracy today, you have to move. It's just a movement. Adeleke just moved from a kind of stagnant platform to a more dynamic platform. So the choice of Accord came in as a result of deep negotiation, deep consideration of the tenets of democracy. What is the importance of democracy? Why are we? What does our constitution say about the role of government? The government is to provide welfare of the people and security. So if these two things are not being provided, or there's a threat or challenge to these two, then certainly there's no way forward. Right now, for anybody, any Democrat, we know that the PDP is now a dead end. And as a Democrat, you want to provide, you want to give the dividend of the democracy to your people, you want to continue your performance, then you want to stay at the dead end, then you are disappointing your people.
Dr. Odunlade, allow me to interrupt you a bit. Why the question is, why the choice of Accord?
Accord is a political party.
It could have been NNPP, it could have been LP, it could have even been APC. What did you see in Accord?
Well, Accord...
Is it because the people that are there will definitely cow to your whims and caprices by the numbers of people you are bringing, or you need a party that, you know, you can really exercise your dominance? What makes Accord stand out for you?
Let's start with the motto of the party.
Tell me.
Oneness and progress. What do you want? You want unity. You don't want acrimony. You don't want disagreement. You don't want chaos. Certainly, Accord stands as a party that we can, apart from being accessible, Accord also has that policy, that philosophy, oneness, unity, and then progress. That is making advancement for the survival of the people. Right. So certainly that enough is an attraction to any meaningful Democrat. You want to go to a party that preaches oneness, that preaches progress, that preaches advancement, then you need no other party than Accord. That's what our conviction. And we have assessed all other parties. We find out that what we ran away from, PDP, will be found in all these parties. Because we want to go to APC that doesn't want to see Adeleke, because they are so jealous of him, they are so scared of his rising profile, of his ability and capacity to develop Osun. Why are you going there? The ACC is still grappling with itself on the area of getting the party together. So which other party do you want to go to now that you will not meet worse situations? That's why we found out that Accord is peaceful, Accord is progressive, Accord is preaching oneness and progress. Then that falls within our own ideology and philosophy.
All
right. I kind of find it ironic, though, that you take an exception to the word ditch, but then you've used the word moving corpse, you know, or a dead party, you know, for the PDP. But moving on from that, I'd like to ask you.
Thank you.
Looking at the fact that Osun people, or even the nation at large, but now with, you know, with respect to the people of Osun, they're used to two power blocks. They're used to the PDP, they're used to APC. They're used to the symbol of umbrella, you know, for the PDP, broom for the APC, and all of those. So how much of voter education do you think you'll need to engage in to have the people who are used to two, you know, parties now have a third force coming into, you know, the play, coming into the political scene now, especially with the advent of a sitting governor, you know, going to another party? How much of voter education do you need to do to bring the people to the awareness that there is a new, you know, player in this?
Thank you. You know, in marketing, the product is very important. Besides the product, the marketer. Then beside that marketer, the customer.
Bear in mind, the face of the governor will not be on the ballot.
Oh, it's just a conviction. People know that Ademola Adeleke is in Accord now. And we are going to tell that to the world. Accord Party has a very good logo, and that's the thumb.
Okay.
Besides that, the attraction, look at the flag, it's just the orange, and it just portrays beauty. It portrays light in a form. And don't forget that we're bringing out a product that is already acceptable by people. And we are going to market that product because we know the people believe in him. And he will not disappoint them because he has done it before. And we are convinced that he will continue to perform. So whether it comes through Accord or through another party that is less acrimonious, certainly Adeleke is a marketable material product. So I believe that marketing him will not be difficult. Promoting him will not be a challenge as long as we know that he's a good performer. And his performance is enough for you. You see, panacea to stagnation and the rest is good governance. And once you are able to perform, provide the dividends of democracy to people, you have nothing to fear. I am telling you today, even as of today, I've monitored several radio stations today. Everybody is saying Adeleke will come to any, if he comes out through any party, he will win. We're just scared of the booby traps in the PDP. If he comes out through the PDP, he will still win. But what comes later with all this infighting, with wikeism, with the jingoism of Seyi Makinde, and all other chauvinistic interests. So certainly we are conscious of the fact that we need to go into a party that is less acrimonious, a party that has a policy of providing unity and progress for the people.
All right, people would say that with the advent of an Ademola Adeleke in a party like Accord, the party you seem to think that is peaceful now, would it not eventually become factionalized? Because there are some that people think that there are some other members of the party who may not be in acceptance with the fact that a new person has come in and will seem to dominate the party. Do you think that in the coming days we'll not hear of factions or disunity as against the motto of that party now?
I think it's a question of the personality involved. Adeleke is not a desperate politician. He brings people together. I moved from the Aregbesola faction of the APC to join him. And he opened his hands wide to accommodate many of us. There are people from other parties who joined him and were performing and were welcomed by Adeleke. Adeleke is a very caring, loving, and approachable person. So he does not like acrimony, he does not like division. In fact, he does not encourage all these factions. He is coming into Accord, and Accord is going to enjoy his entrance because he doesn't believe in cheating, he doesn't believe in fractionalization, he doesn't believe in acrimony. He is just a peace-loving person. So they will enjoy him as long as he's not an overzealous bigot. He just believes that democracy must be made to function. And for it to be made to function, you must put in your best to make sure the people enjoy the dividends of that democracy. I don't anticipate any fear because of the person involved. Adeleke is a forward-looking, peace-loving, and of course, he's a dynamic politician.
All right. Now,
he's a Democrat.
Dr. Odunlade, earlier you spoke so glowingly of the Accord, the thumb, the color, the logo, the motto. And Osun people like to ask and say, when exactly did you find out about those qualities?
Well, as a matter of fact, you can't belong to two parties at the same time.
Right.
We have identified Accord as that party. And you find out that people who have come out of that party, they have contested and they have won even in other states. Do you know that Accord party is not just coming up? It's been there for a long time. Why we were in PDP is just because, one, we moved into Osun State with the intention of developing the people. And we saw in PDP, as at that time, a platform that facilitates performance, that facilitates good governance. So when that is no longer there, those factors are no longer there, we need another platform that will enable us to give good governance to the people.
And accord is that party.
Yes.
Now, how much, now, as far as I'm concerned, in the entire Southwest, I'm not sure, you might correct me, if Accord has any elected official. Now, in Osun State, none. Now, how much of a gamble do you think your principal and the government have taken at this time? Moving to the Accord.
I don't see it as a kind of gamble. I see it as a kind of effort. And this effort that is well concerted, that is well organized, will give good fruits, I believe. Because you see, Accord is a party that is even more relevant in the Southwest than any other part of the country.
Where? How? Where?
Of course, you remember
because of Oyo State?
You remember what happened in Oyo State?
Oyo is a state out of 5 southwestern states.
Of course. There are parties. There are parties in Osun, apart from PDP, APC, NMPP. All these parties exist in Osun. You remember that I'm the commissioner for political affairs, and we are in charge. My office is in charge of the IPAC, Interparty Advisory Council, and I found out that virtually all the parties in Nigeria exist in Osun. We have about 17, 18 of them existing, and we've been relating with them. We have had the opportunity of going through their policies, their philosophy, their operational guidelines, and of course, their leadership. We found out that Accord leadership is less discriminatory, is less factionalized, and of course, more progress loving than other parties. We could have come out through any other party, but the whole opportunity cost alternatives were gone. We did our scale of preference. We discovered that Accord is more accessible. When you mention Accord in the Southwest, they know the party has operated very well in Osun State. Oyo State, that's a neighboring country. You know the factor of our monarch, that's of Ademola Adeleke. And in Osun here, a lot of people have contested under Accord, though they couldn't win because of the predominance of the other giant parties. But now, isn't that a red flag that nobody has ever contested under Accord in Osun and won anything? Well, you see, the essence of an election is not only to win, to make your presence, but because of the structure that we are taking from the PDP into Accord, you find out that we are going to rejuvenate everything. We're going to re-engineer Accord and make sure the people accept that party. And because I've told you our product is a very acceptable product, that's Governor Ademola Adeleke. Is somebody that is loved by the people, not because of his person alone, but because of what he has done, his performance, his style of governance. Everybody knows that today, Osun couldn't have been better if another person were there. But he brought in the care of the workers, brought in infrastructure development, introduced community development, emphasized empowerment and cooperative commerce, developing the economic hub, developing the agricultural sector, and of course, promoting harmony, peace and harmony between the people. And so many other areas, health, interventions, of course. And you discover that so far, he has performed. There's no controversy about that.
The day of your stewardship is coming, not today. Let's talk about that.
Okay, but just to tell you that his performance will facilitate easy access to the heart of the people and will lead to acceptability by the people in whatever platform he comes out through.
All right, so we learned that he has moved, Governor Adeleke has moved with his old cabinet members into the Accord party. We'd like to ask at this time if the House of Assembly, if they're also moving, or better put it, as the PDP collapsing its own executive, its structure into their core party, integrating itself into their core party as well?
Well, we are the executive council, the special advisors, apart from the commissioners, other political appointees. We were appointed by Governor Adeleke, and our job is to facilitate his operational thing. So it is just given that when he's moving, he moves with us. But the House of Assembly is independent. The legislature, they were elected by the people. I was not elected by the people. I was appointed by Governor Adeleke, and I'm convinced that he's performing. So I'm willingly moving. All of us that you can find within the Executive Council, within the Cabinet, we are moving voluntarily because we are convinced that it delivers, it impacts on the people of Osun State. I cannot say that of the House of Assembly because it's a different entity. It's it's another tier of government, or what I call it, the legislative arm of government. So we cannot, as much as we can move as executive members of the government, we cannot ask the judiciary to move. So why will we force the House of Assembly to move? If they are convinced they need to move with us, but they are convinced that Governor Adeleke can perform, but we cannot ask them to move with us. They will choose.
So you cannot say specifically if they're moving.
I'm not part of them.
Interesting. do you have the approval of the National Assembly caucus, of the Osun National Assembly caucus, at least when you were in the PDP, did they give your principal the endorsement to make this move?
Of course. There's a tacit endorsement to make this move because they are also worried.
Tacit.
Well, I'm not being careful.
Let's speak about express endorsement.
Well, what is happening is that we have been moving together and we are carrying them along. All our steps, all our decisions, they are being told, they are being carried along. And we will find out that this defection, this movement is a phased thing. At a point, they will now choose whether to follow us or not to follow us. They're also elected by the people. So they have their choice to follow us. And from the look of things, they are happy with our movement. Because nobody will experience the kind of persecution, the kind of discrimination, the kind of assault on democracy that is brought into Osun by the ruling party in Nigeria, that we will still want to be there, or we will want to associate with them. And everybody, whether in the National Assembly or the State Assembly, they are all observers of what is going on within the PTP. So I think I cannot speak for them, but I think they are also observers.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll take this quick break right now. When we return, we speak to other Asians. We have Dr. Biyi Odunlade here, speaking so glowingly about their newfound party, the Accord Party. And, I'd like you to answer this question. Maybe you start from there. But after the break, some APC members, I don't know if you have seen, they are rejoicing. Okay, it's like the deed is done for them. You have left your structure in the PDP. You have moved to a new Accord Party. And they are saying, as far as they are concerned, before it's just, they are just waiting for August 8, 2026 before they take over at Abere. I'd like you to answer that, but that will be after now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Join us.
Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We are still talking about, the entrance and the membership of Governor Ademola Adeleke and his entire cabinet. And we have one of them with us today, the Commissioner in charge of Political Affairs, Dr. Biyi Odunlade. Thank you for being here. I said something, before the break, that some members of the opposition, APC, already rejoicing to say, finally, so you left the PDP. It's a welcome development for them because they believe you have so much to lose from you leaving the PDP into this new Accord party. And I'd like you to add, doesn't this confirm, two questions in one now, doesn't this confirm what the rumor that, pervaded the political space in Osun State a few months ago, where it was said that Governor Adeleke was going to join the APC, and the APC said, they said it so emphatically that your principal wanted to join. They were the ones who blocked him. And so now you have left the PDP and you have moved to the Accord. And they are saying, we said it. You have always wanted to leave. We were the ones who blocked you. Two questions in one.
Thank you very much. Let me just say that a lot of jokers, comedians, and stand-up comedians exist in the APC.
Really?
Honestly. But I think it is said in the Bible that you remove the log in your eyes before pointing at the speck on another person's eyes.
What does that mean?
Certainly. What that means is that the APC is a decimated party now, particularly in Osun.
How so?
Well, we know the quarrel, we know the acrimony, and that will come to the fore very soon.
You said decimated. They are not losing members.
They are losing members? Of course. They are losing members. You will know. A lot of them are already coming to us, ready to join us.
Members, not stakeholders. I mean, we're still seeing governors affected.
The stakeholders in APC in Osun, you can find them in 3 or 4 categories. Some of them are just there waiting for the explosion that is imminent as a result of their primary, these shenanigans in their primary election that is forthcoming. We will live to see that. Number one. Number two, you find out that the APC itself is a party that is factionalized. I have told you that you have the Oyetola faction, you have the Omishore faction, you have the SRJ group, and all this will lead to an explosion. We are convinced about that. But we will not help them replan their party.
You're expecting that the APC will implode?
Of course, it will implode.
We had one of them there in that same seat where you are sitting now yesterday, who said, it's a family affair, leave it, we'll be good.
And we are waiting to experience.
But how about that allegation of you wanted to move? That was the Osun APC.
Let me tell you,
who blocked you as your principal?
The APC did not block our principal.
They even wrote it.
Let me tell you that there were moves by the APC at the top echelon of the APC to invite our principal, knowing fully well that he's a performer and that he will help them win the 2027 election.
So that's the case.
They made effort. I'm part of that arrangement.
But they keep debunking that, giving us another version that your principal approached them, and not the other way around.
The truth of the matter, I'm telling you that they gave you their own perspective. Let me just tell you what I believe is the truth.
Tell us.
The truth of the matter is that along the line, there were moves. You know, you observe that President Tinubu wants a one-party state. And he has made effort to woo everybody. There were moves, invitations.
The president wanted a one-party state.
That's what the president wants to do.
All right, go ahead.
And this is being opposed by Democrats all over the country. However, that is not the issue. The issue is whether our principal lobbied or he was invited. He was invited by prominent stakeholders within the APC. But the state APC people believed that it was going to hijack the structure. So they were scared. And by that time, we had not made up our mind on what would happen. Because at that time, the PDP was getting already having some hiccups. So we felt that, well, let us see if this will lead to total destruction of the party. So at a point, the local politicians in APC started to make noise, including our dear friend and brother Omishore, who said, no, we can't take you. I've never had that in the history of democracy, that somebody is being invited to join your party and the person is being refused. I only know of encourage people to come in. You don't chase people out of politics. But because of their selfishness, because of their chauvinism, because of their self-deception, they feel they didn't need and by that time we had not made up our mind whether to join or not. So along the line, we found out that it was all a kind of booby trap. That's why we turned it down. And when we turned it down, we were waiting to see how far the PDP will go in its reconciliation efforts. So when we found out that this reconciliation will not lead to anywhere, it will lead to nowhere, we had to, what the Yoruba people call Omoyere Okombo. So we had to move away from this party that...
You said you turned it down, or they turned you down?
They did. Oh, no. It was, you see, the acceptance, the structure...
You just said it that they refused. They didn't allow you.
No, I'm telling you, the national body of...
I'm talking about Osun APC here.
Osun APC would not want to see Adeleke near them. Right. And we were not interested in joining because of them.
All right. Well,
they invited us and we said, well, let us remain where we are. We're okay where we are.
All right. We want to ask that we will...
They are still, up to now, they are still making moves, but they are failed because we won't go to that party because we know they're already gone.
Okay. We learned that there are parties to hold their primaries today. The primary, how true is that? And then the national executive body or the committee are they on ground. And then should we be hoping that Governor Ademola Adeleke would be made the candidate of the party? Let us know.
Well, let me just tell you that you don't reject good luck. I'm not talking of good luck, Jonathan. When somebody is an asset to you, the party all along had been struggling to get their acts together all along, trying to survive. Well, injecting Governor Adeleke into that party today is kind of a plus for them. So, however, had the interest of contesting for or participating in the gubernatorial primaries in that party is free to come. But I know that whatever happens, Governor Adeleke will emerge as the candidate of the party.
So you have done your selection?
We have done our homework.
It's called selection.
It's not selection.
You don't call it selection? I
don't call it selection because it's a free primaries. Everybody is free to come. Tomorrow you may see me on the primary participant list. So if I'm interested, I will go. But I'll tell you, it's not selection. Governor Adeleke, he has been accepted by the national, broad stream, what I call the entire structure of our court party.
From the national to the national level.
The national chairman.
Let me ask you this very important question. Honorable Sunday BC is the PDP chairman. Did you get his approval to go ahead with his move?
Well, Honorable Sunday BC is the chairman of the PDP in the state. And I think he remains the chairman of the PDP.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, he is. Because the party should exist, independent of the governor.
My question is, did you get his approval?
He has not opposed it, but we don't need his approval because we are moving out of the party.
Let me use the word support. Maybe no approval.
Well, I don't think the issue of support is very, very germane here.
Because he has been a member of the Mole movement, your struggle, your whatever you have called achievement till date. Now you have left him in that party. Is he happy with you? That's my question.
Well, that's his personal decision. I'm not sure he's happy. I'm not sure he's not happy.
What becomes of the local government situation?
The local government situation is very clear.
Now that you have left the PDP,
yes,
who will become the beneficiary of whatever you have been fighting for?
Oh, there has been an election. When there is a government elected, the party or the platform through which they were elected may not be material in this circumstance.
They call them the sit at home. They've not been functioning.
They wouldn't have been functioning as expected because there is, like I told you, there's a booby trap for them to move in and then for chaos and problem to be created and then for the Tinubu government to introduce
I had to ask that question because all of those guys were chairmen, your side before you left, all of them are PDP chairmen.
Of course.
Local government produced chairman, even though the APCs are saying they have their own as well. So how does this benefit? You have been part of that struggle. Yes. The AG Osun instituted a case that was turned down, struck out by the Supreme Court. I just want to know how does...
Regrettably.
Well, that's the Supreme Court. They are what a law. Laws have spoken on that matter. So how does this benefit your government?
Well, let me tell you, it's on record. Even by the federal government realizes it, the courts have said it, that an election was held on February 22nd and that the winners are the authentic occupiers of the local government. Okay. For them to now operate physically is another thing. And it's an invasion. We're trying to evade crisis, bloodletting. And that is why the governor, in his own wisdom, magnanimity, and understanding of the need for peace and harmony, asked them, yes, you have been elected. Nobody can deny you of your rights, but just hold on. All right. And that's what you call doctrine of necessity.
As the governor moved into the Accord Party with the PDP mandate now, or we're going to get, a new mandate from the governor, in accordance with the Accord Party now.
Come again.
The governor, he had a mandate on which he was working. That came in with the PDP administration. Are we going to get a new mandate, or the Accord has imbibed the old mandate of the governor?
Well, let me just tell you that democracy and the rule of law is so clear that you've entered through a platform. Once you are elected through that platform, you have become governor of all the parties. If you choose today that you want to leave that party to another party or for another party, you are free to do so because there's freedom. And you can see the turnaround or turnover within the APC, where governors, in fact, yesterday, Guber moved with all these people from PDP to APC. Nobody is going to disturb him because it's a question of the independence of democracy. So let me tell you that nothing is tampering with his mandate. He has a mandate, and that mandate will lapse in the first instance at November 27, 2026. And the moment we believe that he's going to win on August 8, 2026, he will continue.
Well, that would be the that would be the choice of the Osun people to make.
I believe that is going to be their choice. Yeah. Because it's so obvious.
We must go. Actually,
don't let us talk about campaign here.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that Adeleke is acceptable by the
all right. We're totally out of time. Only 15 seconds, and that's your parting shot. Your principal and the entire government of Osun State said they were going to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We used to do that now, that you are moved to the Accord Party.
Let me just say this.
Quickly, yeah.
The governor is being magnanimous. In the face of this assault, this impunity, this, let me say, democratic disturbance placed on us, we are not under any obligation to say we are going to support
it. But it was the governor who said it.
The governor said it, and he has not changed his mind. Okay. But with the realities on ground, unless there is evidence that our support for him will create his indifference or neutrality in the face of our elections. But certainly we are going
that was the basis of the support in the first place.
No, the basis of the support is just because we feel that it's a southwestern person. All right. And we could rally the support for him. But let me tell you, that is something that will be discussed later.
All right. Dr. Biyi Odunlade, Commissioner for Political Affairs in Osun State, good luck with your new move. And we hope how that will benefit a lot of the Osun people.
Not the special grace of God.
All right. This will be the size of the program today. You have been informed. And of course, we'll make a return tomorrow. And God helping us. Femi Ojo is my name. God bless Osun State. God bless all the states. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please be alive. Okay.
Thank you for joining us today. Let's do this again tomorrow in the penultimate installment of Mono Spring. My name is Temitope Ajijola Oluwola.